prepared and primed. Hi, I'm Debbie, Jamaican beauty contestant in El Salvador, ahead of the 72nd Miss Universe competition. Jordanne Levy with some missteps along her journey to the pageant, but getting some much needed help in tackling tricky questions after a flubbed response almost cost her a chance at the title.
Jordanne Levy in El Salvador for the Miss Universe pageant on November 18th and giving a preview of her wardrobe at a private villa in Ocho Rios. The dermatologist the judges picked to represent the island, despite a gaffe in the question and answer segment at the local finals in August.
Being a medical doctor, that was my safe zone. That's where I felt most confident. And funnily enough, on stage, I suffered from a little stage fright. And I think it's important to just be real with that. It doesn't matter how educated you are or how composed one may seem. Nerves get the best of us sometimes. You know, you falter, you have mistakes, but it's not about how you fall. It's how you get back up, take charge, and go after what you want.
Jamaican journalism professor at Howard University, Dominic McKenzie, volunteering his time to coach Jordan in how to reply effectively to judges' questions.
So here's the thing, Miss Universe doesn't want only the beautiful face, someone who can walk in a dress in some really high heels. They want someone who can speak to issues. And I think there's so much happening in the world right now, Israel, in Ukraine, Russia, where we have to have someone who can speak confidently about those things. I think people respect honesty. I think people respect when you're unafraid to share your true feelings. People can call rubbish from a mile away, right? So if you're not speaking from the depth of your spirit, they're not gonna believe you, they're not gonna trust you. One of the things that we do in our training is that we've talked about some of the trauma that not just Jordanne, but I've experienced in my own life, and really looking within that trauma to find the powerful message. And I think that tone strikes well with people. If you are unafraid to share those things you've been through in your life, they want to trust you more. They see a human being and not just a beautiful person with a crown on their head.
So it's empathy.
It's empathy.
So if somebody were to ask you something along the lines of, how is the situation in Gaza going to be resolved? What do you think it's going to take? I mean, how would you respond?
Well, as a medical doctor, I think the images that we're seeing on the television, what we're being shown of the children, the hospitals being bombed, that's what's most concerning. We have to have medical neutrality to ensure that everybody can get safe medical care and access to just being a human being and being safe.
So what's she like? Low-key and laid back, she says, despite a busy schedule.
And when I do have that free time, I'm with my friends exploring different waterfalls, rivers, exploring Jamaica. I love the natural beauty of my country and amateur photography.
Jordan draws inspiration from beauty queens past, Cindy Breakspear, Lisa Hanna, smart women who weren't just gorgeous, but represented well in other ways.
I know I want to be a spokesperson that's relatable. I think the authenticity is the key part of any beauty queen nowadays that really connects with people. You want to be, yes, an ambassador for your country, but an example for that little girl looking up to her and saying, I can be her one day.
And Jordan will have to look her best in El Salvador, where she's sure to face stiff competition. The fashion design and pageant franchise duo of Mark McDermott and Carl Williams tasked yet again with making sure of that.
She has an amazing frame, great personality, beautiful skin. You're a color girl. This is Jamaica and we're full of flavor and vibe and stuff, so we're showcasing all of that, the rhythm of the people, the Jamaican reggae music and all of that kind of vibe. It's infused into her wardrobe.
Basically, what have you got out of this competition up to this point after 10 years? How is it?
It's certainly not money, for sure. Everybody who was coming to the competition had to look into their community and see what needed fixing. How can I help the community? And so it's working for us.
Always someone poking fun at beauty contests, cattle shows, irrelevant, silly. Others still enthralled by the spectacle. like Dominic McKenzie.
It's not frivolous at all. I mean, look at the queens in Jamaica. Lisa Hanna, who's taking up space. Look at Yendi Phillips. I mean, the list goes to Terry Carell, the list Sarah Lawrence, the list goes on and on and on. These women have occupied some really powerful positions in our country. These women have platforms that people respect. So I'm gonna say, yeah, y'all should stop with that, because this is not frivolous. These women are serious about what they're doing, and it is my hope that through Jordanne's work this year, people will again begin to respect what this pageant does.
Jordan, just tell me though why you think beauty contests in the kind of world we live in are still relevant.
It's absolutely relevant because it gives women from all over the world the chance to share their voice. How impactful is that in times like these where there's conflict, we can come together for a common message of empowering other women and being an example for young children.
How much do you want to win?
Very bad. Extremely bad. I know that I can do it. I have everything that it takes to represent my country. And to be a Miss Universe that's not like any other. I know that it's not about trying to be like someone else. It's about how you can be uniquely yourself and be confident in what you have inside and showing it to the world.
This year's pageant in El Salvador will be the 72nd staging of the Miss Universe competition.